What is good, y'all? Xeno 2.0 here. Let's talk about the most broken things in Xenoblade games. Now, this list was pretty hard for me to make, and I may miss a couple of things, and if I do, please leave them in the comment section down below. Xenoblade games, through pretty much all of them, always have something that completely is broken and is so jank, and it allows us players to cheese a lot of stuff in the games. Recently, a lot of the Xenoblade games have really been showing the cheese, and I just would like to show you guys the cheese and which ones that I think are the most OP things in Xenoblade games. Hope you guys enjoy the list. Let's get right to it. First one on the list is Chain Attack. Chain Attacks actually increase the damage ratio in every Xenoblade game, allowing you to hit some massive damage numbers. In Xenoblade Chronicles 1, as long as you had chain links, you will continue your chain attack, allowing you to get some big damage as long as you had 2 buffers. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there was something called the elements. Now, if you burst the element, it actually allowed you to get to the next level in your blades to continue the chain attack to get a lot of damage. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as long as you kept on getting bravos and amazing, you're actually able to increase the damage ratio by a lot, allowing you to pretty much hit max damage cap if you go for a smash combo at the end of your chain attack, which is absolutely insane. You're guaranteed to kill an enemy with a chain attack in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, always. Another thing chain attacks can do for you is pretty much be an insurance to not get hit by certain attacks that may kill you. If you go into a chain attack right before an attack is blown at you, you actually will survive with just 1 health. Because since you can't die in a chain attack, you can use a chain attack pretty much as an insurance to survive. Topple locking in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Now, topple locking pretty much allowed the opponent to never attack you. Some enemies actually give you spike damage, but as long as you pretty much had a setup allowing you to get spike damage, defense up or whatever, you cannot get spiked back and you'll take no damage. You could just keep them locked in a topple state or daze state depending on how your setup is. This pretty much allows you to just pretty much cheese any boss fight in Xenoblade Chronicles. This is pretty much the go-to if you're not playing in casual mode and you need to get these super bosses down. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, one of the most broken things is potential. Potential in Xenoblade Chronicles X actually allows any art that requires TP to be enhanced by so much. You can see I'm killing a tyrant with over 1 million health, by the way, the most health tyrant in the game in just seconds. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, potential actually increases the morale as well. Some arts actually require morale to get a crit or bonus. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, there's also not necessarily a healer class. The knife weapon actually does have arts that can heal you. There isn't really a healer. Activating potential actually helps the health increase and also can help you activate soul voices, which are pretty much requirements in battle, which if you do correctly, heal the party members, and also do buffs depending on what the soul voice actually does. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, potential is literally the carry. There's so many broken things in this game, but having high potential, you can see it doesn't really matter if I have high damage or not. Evasion arts. Now, evasion arts are one of the most insane things in my opinion because you're pretty much allowed to be invincible and you can just spam the arts over and over again. This combined with recharge, a critical recharge of some sort, pretty much allows you to spam the art and do damage. You can see I'm using Corvin here, and Corvin has a smash art that is also an AoE and allows you to evade on Zeke. This is insane. You mix this with something like Kaiser Zone, it's pretty much insane because you're going to continuously do even more damage, plus Kaiser Zone making the attack do even more damage. You can see I'm over in 70k right now, and pretty much you can cheese this and hit everybody around you. This is insane. And this isn't just in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can also do this in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as we found that you can pretty much use Frenzy combo mixed with Eye of Weak Points to pretty much continue doing that crit, and you can put it on class like Fullmetal Jaguar and just spam arts and go ham, and you're constantly going to get that recharge, and the AoE damage on Fullmetal Jaguar is insane, and it's so much fun to use. And we also can't forget the start of the evasion arts in my opinion. Ghostwalker, one of the most craziest arts that pretty much allow you to be invincible that you can easily spam with a setup. I don't know what they were thinking, but Ghostwalker is also one of the strongest things. I guess you can say the buff is called Decoy as well, so we can add that to pretty much evasion art, whatever you want to call it. But pretty fucking strong. Ghostwalker was insane as well. Next up on the list, I just have to give this character her own category. Poppy Cutie Pie is one of the strongest blades and things in Xenoblade Chronicles ever, right? Poppy Cutie Pie could pretty much make herself suit for any fight that she wants. She can make sure she's going to go all out with damage. She can make sure that she actually has resistance on Doom. because she can turn into whatever you want to make blade combos, or whatever the blade combos you have with the other characters be fit for the fight. I think this character is something that is so awesome in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because she's kind of like the customizable blade, and that goes for all the Poppies, but Poppy Cutie Pie specifically is one of the strongest blades and things in Xenoblade Chronicles. Her being able to resist Doom, plus having a 3-hit break art that allows you to almost guaranteed a break, is insane. Not only can Tora heal, he can also launch, and having the other Cutie Pies, or excuse me, Poppies, allows you to do the whole blade combo by yourself. I think this character is what I needed when I played this game. I couldn't believe it when I saw how cool this character was, and pretty much is the reason to this day I play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think this character is so awesome. Poppy also has a passive healing ability on top of increasing her damage dealt by 100% when max affinity. She has so many things you pretty much can just multiply, and it's insane how strong that is. Let's talk about Lucky 7. I think Lucky 7 is actually insane, man. It's so funny how crazy they made this. Upon activation of Lucky 7, you are given invincibility for a short amount of time. But if you have a class using Glittering Melody, it will pause the timer on you. But having a Signifer class on Mio, if you interlink, you get out of the interlink and you share all the buffs you have on T with everybody. Everybody is now invincible for the entire fight. So not only does Lucky 7 allow you to do a whole blade combo, pretty much the break, topple, launch, and smash, it actually helps everybody be invincible so that you can go about fights so much easier and never have to worry as long as you keep pausing that timer. Not only does Lucky 7 have all of that, he also has Doom within all of his moves. Every attack Lucky 7 does can inflict Doom, which is an instant kill. On top of that, if you do a talent art and you switch to another party member, as soon as Noah does the launch right before he smashes them, you can cancel right into a chain attack and just pretty much go right into whatever you want to go for in your chain attack to pretty much guaranteed a kill. And Lucky 7 is absolutely insane with that. Can't believe Lucky 7 is a thing in Xenoblade. I think it's so funny and absurd, and I love it. Not only can Skells help you traverse the map in Xenoblade Chronicles X, but Skells also can dish out an insane amount of damage. Now you always hear that you can always just go overdrive on the ground and do the same amount of damage on a Skell on the ground, but with some Skells you don't even need to have overdrive set up. Having a Skell like the Aries Skells using a Gauss cannon is absolutely absurd, man. You can do this on a lot of these super bosses and kill them instantly. Not only that, you can actually have Skells that help you with appendage breaking, which allows you to farm a lot easier. Skells end up making the game so much more accessible, and I think Skells have to be mentioned because Skells are so broken, and especially the Aries itself. Without even a setup with a Gauss cannon having appendage damage or ether damage up, you actually do so much damage even without it. Any basic player getting into Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to want to go for the Aries because not only is it the fastest, it deals the most damage off rip. Why not? The master driver in Future Redeem, Chaosaurus Rex. What makes Chaosaurus Rex so good in Future Redeem is he's one of the only characters that will never flinch on any enemy and can constantly ignore defenses in this game. Not only does Rex ignore defenses, his critical rate constantly increases and he has so many ways to stack it. You on top of that having accessories that help your critical rate be high so you can get that recharge with double spinning edge, which is a spammable art, is incredible. Rex is one of the characters that's probably going to get aggro the most and is constantly going to die, but when he hits hard. This means that Rex has unblockables, so guaranteed he is going to hit through defenses and there's nothing the enemies can do about it. He's one of the only characters that is guaranteed to actually hurt the enemies in the DLC, so this is one of the best things about this character. On top of that, his arts are kind of insane. Every art that he had in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. However, the cool thing about this is that in Future Redeem, you also have the Ouroboros interleague type arts you can do. Right? For example, the fusion arts that he has, it actually does an AoE break, which is actually insane, and in front it topples. So he can actually do 2 parts of the driver combo by himself. On top of that, he can do double spinning edge, which grants a high crit rate, and a charge on hit, which grants him another gain charge on hit when the other 2 arts connect. Now Blast Sword actually allows him to launch the enemy, and it's also an AoE. As you can see, this means that Rex can do the blade combo, the Xenoblade blade combo, let's call it that, by himself, which is actually so dope and insane, man. Chaosaurus Rex is out here making sure he is living up to Tora. It's actually pretty sick, and I am a fan of this character. Another cool thing about Rex is that in Chain Attacks, he is pretty much the character that is the go-to to pretty much kill any of the super bosses, because he's going to be granting the most damage. Combined with anybody really, you can actually combine him with A or Glimmer. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have a strong setup for either or, you can dish out the damage and pretty much kill any super boss with ease. Reyn by himself is a beast, but him having Berserk, Magnum Charge, and Sword Drive allows him to do massive amounts of damage. He's actually one of the only characters that can one-shot a lot of enemies in the game, especially in Chain Attacks. You can see the amount of damage you get, especially if the defense is low on the boss. You can just do crazy amounts of damage. Magnum Charge actually being like a super charge, known as Power Charge in the later games, but this actually was the first Power Charge. It allows the art that you use after to do so much damage, and Sword Drive already being one of the highest damaging arts in the game allows you to just do crazy amounts of damage. Back attack up actually is the way to go, I would say, on Reyn, because if you go behind the enemy, you're just going to do more damage. Having tension as well actually helps you, like initial tension, to make sure that your intention is high in the start of a battle, because the more tension you have, the more damage you're going to be able to do. So yeah, this is actually strong. I think he's actually the strongest character in the game, in my opinion. A lot of people say Melia, but I think Reyn is definitely the probably best tank we ever had, if you want to count, you know, Tora, because Tora has Poppy Cutie Pie, which is absolutely insane. But in Xenoblade Chronicles Run, Reyn is a beast just from having this alone. Let's talk about Pneuma. Pneuma's actually one of the stronger characters in the game as well. She has her own critical rate increases, her recharge boost by auto attacks is also a lot higher than most characters, and she also gets a pretty much a power charge or super charge, however you want to call it. A lot of people don't talk about this character, but she actually does a lot for the party as well. She can increase the critical rate to every party member by 100%. She also reduces the break on enemies. Her evasion and accuracy increase by 50%, and she also helps you for farming as well. She also helps the team be resistant to ether a lot more. She's a very solid character. A lot of people don't talk about her, but I think I just wanted to mention that she's really strong. She allows you to also do any blade combo alone. She can change into any element she wants, and her level 4 does massive amounts of damage as well. She's a character that a lot of people don't talk about, and I get why, because you can't put ox cords on her, and she is set at a E rank as far as, you know, the blade bonds and stuff like that. But she's still a solid character a lot of people should talk about, and she does a lot for the team as well. Now that was, in my opinion, some of the top broken things in Xenoblade games. Now there were a couple I probably missed, and with that, leave them in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this. Maybe I can get some of your suggestions and we could just make a video pretty much together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. I love me some Xenoblade, and I hope I got to show you the love through this video. Hope you guys have a good one, y'all. Cheers.